Visual design is an important part when designing a character, especially in a gacha game. FGO definitely has quite a wide range of different unique designs for its servants. Some are shit, some are just perfect. Hello to all of you FGO connoisseurs, I am Daisy and today we will be looking at my top 5 favorite servant designs in the game. Keep in mind this is just the visual design, so gameplay and personality won't be taken into account. Also, this list is one of the hardest to make in my opinion, so just have a packet of salt with you. Grab a snack, relax, like and subscribe because we are about to start. Coming up at number 5 we have Sakamoto Ryouma and Oyo-san. And honestly the two versions are worthy of it, but I would be mainly talking about his rider version because that's the one I had. It's kind of cheating since I'm counting Oyo-san as well, and it just gives him extra points over all the other servants because I am a big fan of Oyo-san. My man Ryouma is rocking his slick white captain uniform, his white gloves just looking all nice and clean, and the white fedora just completes it. Also love how he hangs his sword in holster looking very drippy. Love the color palette as well, and love how Oyo-san is basically the opposite of his color palette. It looks very clean and tidy and I like that. Also Oyo-san just being there is immediately extra points just for the sake of it because I freaking love her. Let's angle, when are we getting Oyo-san swimsuit? Please. This servant just has a very nice style overall. He's just very clean and I love the animation as well. Love how all the attacks are basically combined, and I don't know if you guys know of it, but basically when they designed this servant they kind of made their animation separate and then they added both of them together. Has a very cool story of how they made it, and his Lancer version is even better in my opinion. Especially, I'm a big fan of his first two Ascensions, not gonna lie. Coming up at number 4, we have a fan favorite here. It's Scathach. She sure herself. Now, before you call me a simp, which isn't really that far off from being true, I just have to give credit where it's due. First Ascension just looks so slick. Love the dark color palette, which works really well with her piercing red eyes, and it matches nicely with Gable's colors. She looks like she came out of Metal Gear Rising, except like less techy. The outfit doesn't look much at first, but it has a lot of finer detail, like the lines around her suit and the shoulder guards as well, and the extra piece of clothing here and there. Later Ascensions give her a lighter color palette, which still works very well, especially with her hair color. And in her final Ascension, she has nice touches like the coat, or like the small coat that she has, and her shoulder guards change into a nice golden color that fits perfectly with her jewelry that just is like the cherry on top. The fact that the jewelry is also red just adds extra flair. Don't know what is it about this servant that caught my attention, but the first time I've ever heard of FGO, it was me watching the trailer in which she was the Lancer displayed there, at least one of the Lancers, and I don't know what is it about her design, but her design just screams powerful, and she definitely is one of the strongest in the game. Also I cannot go without mentioning her bunny girl outfit, because that is probably one of the top 5 greatest additions in the game since its release, and I stand by that word. But yeah, I will stop fangirling for now, so let's move on. Coming up at number 3 is none other than Saito. Man, this guy probably has the best trip. First Ascension, or the Virgil Ascension, is so slick. It looks even better when he does his MP. It's just perfect for his MP. But then his second Ascension, boy, I never thought a suit would look that good on anyone. Why don't we have more servants just wearing suits? It's very simple and it just looks so cool. And some servants already, like we've seen them wearing suits before. Whereas Artoya's like black suit outfit from Fate Zero act, it's also just not his suit, is also like how his sword is hanging from his back. Everything just looks very neat. I think that's the best way to describe his second Ascension. It's just very neat and professional. He looks like he just came out from Psycho Pass. But his third Ascension is also quite cool. It's not as cool as the first two in my opinion, but I love his Shinsengumi, Haori. The fact that everyone compares him to Virgil, I don't think you can compliment him even more than that. His outfit, his second Ascension is just like, it's the perfect example of less is actually more. Coming up at number 2, and it's another fan favorite, this time it's Nobu, especially her Avenger version. This servant probably has one of the most impressive visual designs in the game. I will be in the minority here, but I do prefer her first and second Ascension to her final one. Something about her first Ascension just goes so hard. The golden bars across her chest, the Oda clan symbol on her hat, the way she poses, her hair being so menacing, and the way she looks when she's pissed off, all just adds up. And I feel a lot of people sleep on her second Ascension. The guy is literally holding a Gatling gun with one hand, and I have to say, The way Kipuchi sits when he in P, probably he just sits down crossing his legs, and in my opinion it's the coldest pose out of the three of them. It just looks so menacing, I love it. I'm not dishing any, like I have nothing bad to say about her third ascension at all, because it's amazing. I don't think they could have nailed like a more adult version of Nobu better than they have. I also love the fire sparks that come out of her body, which is like just idle. It's a very nice touch and just adds a bit of flair to the character. Everything about Nobu is just amazing. The skill animation, the NP. She's honestly very close to number one, but I just had to give it to someone else because I'm a bit biased. But before we get into that, we have some honorable mentions. And I could have added so many honorable mentions here, not gonna lie, but here we got King Hassan. Dude feels like he's in the wrong game. He would have been an amazing boss in Dark Souls. Next up we got biased one, it's Tamamo no Mei. The shade of blue, the pinkish hair, the color of the fur, it all works together so well. I genuinely can't hear the word Tamamo or Nine-Tailed Fox without thinking of Naruto obviously, and Tamamo, she always comes to mind. And finally Voyager, especially his last ascension, it feels like more of the space prop aspect of him than the Little Prince. It has a lot of little details and somehow like it all fits nicely together, but yeah, that's my opinion. And finally, coming up at number 1, I mean you should have seen it coming, it's Edmond Dantes, the Count of Drip himself. He's even known for that drip in the story. Where do I even start? The color palette with the red scarf and eyes looks so simple yet elegant and works really well with him. While in the later ascensions, his color palette becomes more aggressive, which is shown even more by his glowing eyes. He looks like he just came straight out of Bloodborne, to be honest. I also just have to mention his summer outfit, which is probably my favorite summer outfit in the game. The hanging captain coat, the scars, the bandages, the glasses and hat combo looks so fresh. I freaking love it. And then there are the black flames which are just like floating around him when he's like idle in his animation. It just gives him a much more menacing look. I can start talking about his King of the Cavern design, but you all are not ready for this level of simping yet. But these are my favorite designs in the game. What do you guys think? Be sure to check out my least favorite designs in the game, and to like and subscribe to the channel as always. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!